On the edge of the earth, in a small town, the lonely lady of Lavender House sets out to start a new life. I decide to go to the end of the earth, to the warm and beautiful east coast, where the sun comes up first in the world. I found the scenery and light inspiring. Here the sea, air, bush, nature and people will be my inspiration, which I prayed would restore me. I found a house 100 years old. It needed restoring like me.
In the winter of 2011, I had the fortune to travel overseas for the first time. Destination, New Zealand. Upon arrival, I was struck by the swelling cultural awareness and youth of the country. It was a dramatic contrast to my hometown of Hollywood, California. The pace of life here revealed a deeper compassion for nature and community. I traveled north, south, east, and west, from Auckland to Wellington and back. Luck led me to Opotiki, a town painted by young artists. As my guide, Shona, affectionately known as Lavender, would lead me through her life and dreams to change lives with art. My camera in hand, we set out to capture the astounding outcome that occurs when people foster growth and achievement. Over the course of a week, I met, admired, and spoke to champions of personal empowerment. In words and brushstrokes, I witnessed the power of individual expression in the lives of developing minds. A world away from my childhood home, I discovered a missing piece of modern society. To support the voice of youth is heroic. These are the guardians of that voice.
Okay, tēnā koe ho. Tēnā koe ho.
Hi, tēnā koe hene.
How's it going?
Oh, not bad. We on Blue Light been around for a few years now. Well, Blue Light started back in the early 80s, maybe the late 70s, when the idea was first going.
Yeah.
And it all started with just discos. And where I'm from, which is Ruatoria, that was our very first disco we ever had in the town. Well, that I can remember anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so that was cool. But it's over the years has progressed in into a large national body, of course.
Yeah.
And for us here in little Opotiki, we do a few things, of course, with your help as well, with the murals and stuff that have become national as well as international news.
Yeah.
And it's all about just getting together, looking at our youth, being with our youth. A lot of the time we look down on them or we shun them away for whatever reason, and it starts quite early in life. And here's an example. When we're growing up, we're babies, we're learning to walk, and mummy or daddy or whoever you live with going, come on, walk, walk, walk. Oh, too good, and encouraging.
Yeah.
After a while, you're learning to talk. Let's talk, oh, please say daddy first or whatever. But by the time they're 3 or 4, a lot of the parents or caregivers will be saying, sit down and shut up. And there's a lot of changes like that, and young kids often don't understand that.
No.
And even adults don't realize what they're doing. Okay, we got to remember, if we want to be effective adults, watch the children. Because the children don't come up with any ears. What you see is what you get.
Yes.
So that's just a little part of of us here in this world. There is another premise that I live by, is this: I am the father of all children. Why? Because it is the responsibilities of all fathers to look after all children. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
I believe.
I like it.
Yeah.
How do you spell your name?
Teachers stand strongly against the tide of marginalisation of arts in schools. They are wonderful artists and teachers who love children and the community.
Their freedom to be creative, and if they're out there experiencing all that fishing and hunting, and they have lots to bring back and put in their art. Whereas if you don't get that experience, who knows? Who knows? You can't be creative.
No. And our job is actually to just keep bringing more things into the world.
ABCD.
Oh, okay. Are we all ready to sing ABCD?
Yeah.
Todo.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing along with me?
Materials have to be recycled and the storerooms stocked by communities. The children have their own powerful ideas but little place to voice them. By age 12, they're giving up.
And do the mowing, I do the mowing, weeding, help Mrs. Lavender, she's getting a bit old. Do some stuff around here, just give her a lending hand in the house. Good, makes me feel appreciated for helping someone. And sometimes when I'm in the garden, those thorns are annoying, get me all tangled up in them. Yeah.
You must be one of the youngest gardeners I know, Timmy. How old are you now?
10.
10. And you've made enough money to buy a bike.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
Good?
Yep.
I bet the other kids are a bit envious, are they?
Yeah. When I first took it to school and showed them, they were like, oh, that's better than my bike.
Ah, it's a BMX, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What are you going to save up for next?
A go-kart.
I chose you, Tim, because you're a really hard worker and you're just fantastic. And the other thing I really love is you turn up on time and you do a really good job. And I think 2 or 3 men couldn't do some of the work that you do. So I'm really proud. I'm really proud to call you my gardener. I have had many names. The children call me Lavender. My reoccurring dream was that there would be a house I could go to after school where there would be many children making art. Art was considered a luxury, not a necessity. One day, Mum would say, your creativity will save you. Mount Ruapehu erupted the night my twin sister and I were born in Piriora. The Hammond family were farming stock. My parents were young leaders who gave great community support and instilled the values of education and hard work into everyone. My father said, "Face the unseen with good cheer. No time for being stranded in the shallows and miseries. Keep smiling and keep working." Everyone was starting again. The war had changed everything. People had to be resilient. There was no time for art. You had to help build your nation. I loved art and music, but for me the most important room in our house was the playroom. Here I could twirl, invent, discover, play, make music and art, and have big dreams. I was allowed to play my grandfather's violin and the piano and the church organ, and I continued these throughout my life. My art and music became my secret places of escape. Throughout my life, I've made self-portraits and painted many people. I spent hours painting inside the deep bush and hours painting the Māori people in their favourite environments. I sensed a growing discontent with our human state of being. The world seems slow in realizing that the culture of peace is essential. My children's art house dream whirled up time and time again, and I became an outspoken arts advocate. I became a teacher. I graduated with distinction and taught gifted and talented children. I saw that communities were building roads to nowhere, leading to the alienation and isolation for the talented young artists. Youth must make a mark in their communities. It says, "I was here." When youth can't make a positive mark and have nowhere to put art, it breeds despair. Street walls are filling with graffiti. I became deeply disappointed with the lack of plans and lack of interest in provision for children's creative fitness in society. The more I taught art education in institutions, the more dissatisfied I became. In 1992, I quit teaching and opened the first children's art club. The first children's art house became the role model for many children's art clubs and art houses established around New Zealand. Art is the foundation for healthy societies, for the growth of peaceful civilization on earth. That peace can be achieved if we learn tolerance and understanding. I think the children's art house is the art of the future, is the house of the future, that we must save and protect the sacred and most precious house of the future, because children's creativity is where our future lies. We need all the creativity we can get, and children can come into a children's art house and experience magic and surprise and wonder and enchantment and feel happy and proud to be alive, as long as we allow them their individual artistic experience, whatever that is. Art is like food for children. Children starve without creative opportunities. The children are very generous. The need to be a voice advocating for children's right to be creative is rapidly increasing. The right to be creative is a universal right for children. There are no masters of arts. We are all masters of our own art, and we need our art throughout life, but it needs to start in childhood, and we need to protect this place in every community.
Hi, my name is Paul Mance from New Zealand. I'm Portuguese. Pretty much do art. The main reason why I do art is because it makes me stop thinking about things and just paint and just relax. Don't have to think about any troubles about life. No pressures. Get away from home. So just stress at home. Just everything. just peacefully, makes me stop thinking. Just grab the brush and paint. That's what I like of it. Just joy my art, painting. It's nice. It's me. I've got all the energy. I can do things that I couldn't do before. Yeah, I can run around the block just like that. But yeah, because it slowed me down quite a bit. It actually, to be straight up, it actually caused me not to talk for a whole year. I was in depression for about 2 years all up. But I came out of there and came out of there and pretty much got my life on track a bit, but it's still a bit rocky, but still getting there. Chris has helped me a lot, and the art place is helping me. So yeah, I enjoy it. Makes me stop doing the bad things like thieving, doing mostly thieving, yeah. It just makes me stay home and have a bit of a kickback. Yeah. Oh, and my health too, the health is a big up because, man, I was pretty sick, man. Like felt sluggish all the time, didn't want to go nowhere, just want to stay home. And then after I stopped, I'm out there doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 10 grandchildren and this is my oldest.
And they're all living with art all around them, just surrounded with art every day, and surrounded with understanding of the bush too.
Yep, they were all raised in there in the Uruweras. A little marae called Tāwhana up in the middle of the Uruweras past the Lion's Heart. Beautiful place, that's where we went for the last 24 years, two times of the years of 24 years camping. And
you study the fern.
And I studied the fern along those many years, just to see the growth of how it grew, and particularly concentrating on certain ones on the track and looking at them all the time at these certain ones. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not, sometimes they change, sometimes the colours change. That's why I put all the colours. You know, you don't get a, people go, you don't get a red fern, you don't get a purple fern, you don't get a pink fern, and little do they know that these colours do exist in the Uruweras, and you find them not just in the fern, the colour. I also got the colour from the butterflies and from the caterpillars, and there's those colours in there that people haven't seen, those little nanas, and they got spectacular colours on them, and you just, wow, you know, you try and catch it so you can study the colour and try and match the colour to exactly the colour of that butterfly to get that red out. And I've done that to some of them and found that particular colour of the butterflies, and the ferns itself, yeah, the growth of them and the changing of them all the time. We all go back into the hills and they're different. They don't stay the same.
We've had a long association with Shona and the Art House. This has culminated in 50 murals being painted around town by the other 300 local kids. It's project's always been more than the painting a pretty picture on the wall. It's about empowering kids and young people to be creative within their community. It's meant that kids have developed responsibility and a pride in their town. It's also had an effect within the business community, which are always pretty cynical about what our young people could achieve. Now we have a queue of business people waiting for murals on their walls. It's reduced incidences of graffiti and tagging, and some of the young people that have been part of the program have now gone on to bigger and better things and been productive members of society. So through Paitiki Blue Light, we've achieved a project of great value to the town and also instilled the values of Blue Light, which is to reduce incidents of youth offending and victimisation within the community. So this project is something that Blue Light is very, very proud to be part of.
You know, it's great to see all this artwork and done under the circumstances that they've got no power, no light. They actually take it outside and do it outside and bring it inside, whereas if they had light they could do it right here. And concrete floor, we just got over the winter, it's pretty cold, but look what the great work they've done. And I really appreciate what you guys have done for our mokupunas in our town. Beautiful colours. Beautiful
colours, and it's going to be fabulous to see a lot of these in the main street of town.
Yeah. Well, this is what they need. They need the power in here so they can work 24/7 if they wanted to. Because this sort of thing, it doesn't just turn up in the middle of the night. It turns up all times, all hours. The inspiration I know, because I do a bit of it myself on paper, but I'm not this good at colouring. I'm afraid I'm colourblind. But if there's some way we could point to some sort of funding or some fundraising to get things up and running, and I'm sure our youth and our tamarikis, our mokupunas can be able to produce beautiful work like this for the future. And thank you once again, Shona, you and the team, for inspiration.
I love it.
Coming to my humble little town.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm so thrilled with these children because I think because they haven't got much, they just give so much because they don't know you don't give. They just give. Right.
And they can't give unless there's somebody there or something. There's a tui.
Yes.
And that child already knows what a tui loves.
Yes.
The kōhai honey.
Yes. The honey flower, the kōwhai, yeah.
The kōwhai honey.
And it's beautifully done, and the interesting thing is they're not afraid of colour. They just know this.
Well, why we chose, I'll tell you why we chose to build our wakas out of the traditional, out of the aluminium, is we don't want to knock any more of our trees down.
No.
We've knocked down enough now.
You certainly have. I'm so aware of that.
Oh, and I'm guilty because I used to work for the forestry. I worked for the forestry for 15 years, marking those big trees. Because you know why? Even though I didn't go to school, I knew every Māori tree in that bush, and they used me to find them and name them and mark them for milling. Right through the Kaimai Ranges, that's what I did. And I'm killing myself every day.
That you help those big trees come down? Yes.
Yeah, how terrible.
How terrible is that for the environment?
Yeah.
But you didn't know.
I didn't know at the time. The money was good and the lifestyle was good.
But now it's different.
Now it's different.
And now we can, well, our children are actually beginning to understand.
And I think we can make a difference.
I think we can make a big difference.
Big.
I think we can. And we can make it in the small sheds like this, tucked away. You can do it without any money at all. You can do it without power. I mean, everything is donated to us.
You proved that you can get this far with nothing.
Yes.
With aroha.
With aroha. With aroha.
Well, with a bit of putia added to that aroha.
Yes. That's right.
The world is your oyster.
Yes.
And thank you for giving Paitiki that opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Jim. I'm so pleased you are here to see it.
Yeah, well, sorry I'm late, but I'm here.
You've never been late, you always make it.
Well, that's my name, week or two.
Week or two.
Either a week or two earlier or a week or two late. Thank you for the opportunity.
Jim. I attended many meetings across New Zealand and spoke out about the right of the child to have an individual artistic experience. You can see how lucky I've been over the last few weeks to have the privilege of this kind of company.
I'm going to look at tag teaming with Aiden and doing a concert for the 40-year-old famine next year, and just to raise money for UNICEF for World Vision, because yeah, Aiden's pretty knowledgeable of that stuff. Yeah, keen on making that happen. And finally, my appreciation of the opportunities is to Shona. Thank you for everything. Yeah, just thank you.
I'd like to thank Shona. You have had a profound effect on me, not just in my leadership skills, but as me as a person. You're the first person really that I've met in my life that shares my vision, that shares my view upon the world, and for that I'm truly thankful. You have developed my leadership skills in such a, I think it's going to be so fundamental in the future for me of what you've done here. And I think it's absolutely amazing that you take the time out of your life to come and do this and to really make a difference through art and in the communities, and I thank you for that so much.
I really want to take these leadership qualities that the leaders here and Shona have given to me, and I think that being head girl in year 13 would, it would be a role that I could help with the school and help lead the school. But I can also, take those leading up to that and past that in my work life. So I can't thank Shona enough for this opportunity. She has really taught me a lot, and it's just been amazing for these past 6 weeks.
I haven't really found a mentor, someone I follow closely or really look up to yet. If anyone, it would have to be Shona. She has taught me a great lot about leadership and done a lot of things that I can really admire.
My name's Esther, I'm 14, I go to Edgerton College. My values are probably the relationships I have with people around me, and the other being having the ability to be able to bounce back. Also, something I value is very important to me is striving for success.
to hear about art.
Well, I really enjoy art, and yeah, it's easy to just paint down whatever you want. And my auntie, she does mosaics and all that, so I pick up stuff from her. Yeah, and that's real cool. Art's really fun. Lots of things with that.
Right now I'm adding some decorations to the boot on the suit. And I don't know either if I've got an artist in my family. And I really like art, but I don't get to do it much because of my sister. She ruins all my art.
And this painting we're doing, it's about the porky bush, or birds or bush and that. We've done some of the bush, but not really the birds. And finish that off. So yeah.
I think that art's a great way to express your feelings, and an art house is a great example of that, because you can paint whatever you want and then everyone has seen the lovely designs you put up in the art house. And working on this mural was really fun.
We used to with a group of kids to this art exhibition, I think, and they gave them some art and they put it up in Jakarta. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Well, last year we took 9 kids down to Jakarta, the National Museum, for the exhibition of the magnificent murals. It was absolutely pride to see a Pōtiki featured in our National Museum.
He's part of the Blue Lights, and he's been helping working with the groups and getting it all up and getting groups of kids together to do it. And any of the taggers that tag on it, they'll get them to do a mural as well and clean it up.
It was also great to see how it had drawn together the Pōtiki community with the police involvement, with businesses, and Shona brought all of that together using her unique blend of enthusiasm and determination. So we decided after meeting with Shona that we'd try and bring the whole thing together here in Wellington. And it's been harder than I probably thought it would be. Wellington's got a lot of creative people who really want to make a difference in terms of young people's lives and their achievement potential. And there's some small operations going on around the city. But what I'd really like to see is an inner city based children's art house. I think there's a real scope for it here. There are a lot of young people in the Wellington City area who are a bit disaffected, who feel excluded from the city that they're part of, and I think a children's art house or a young person's art house would be a great way to do that. The Wellington City Council has done some really good things, and they've found a few spaces for big murals in the city, and that's a really good start for getting people involved. But to actually get an art house up and running here in Wellington would be great. And I think we just need another Shona Hammond-Boys, if it's possible, to create another one who can drive that forward. But I'll keep working on it and keep remembering Shona's passion. It'll keep me motivated.
I was suffering chronic exhaustion and the doctors told me to stop working and retire. Soon after, my husband died. I have given my every penny to my dream. Incongruently, our communities provide places with poor heat, poor ventilation, poor lighting, where children could barely do their art, while adults have massive galleries and studios. So I began telling everyone about what happens when we provide a bright little house of dreams in our communities. In the art houses, children were happy and productive. Dangerous behaviours were soon transformed by the 2 art club rules: love art and be kind to each other. Now there was an art house to speak from, where people could come and see the difference. The children's art house movement received wide publication for its exhibitions, festivals and publications. And my dream is to see a standalone children's art house in every community of the world. And I had this dream when I was 6 because this place did not exist for me and I could not find it in my country. Why have we had so many playing fields and parks and bush reserves and never a place to protect the most important house and place of all? Because we are the creative species. We're born to create. If we don't create, we destroy ourselves, we destroy our opportunities of discovering, inventing, exploring and finding out the wonderful things about the world. I knew that children would work hard for their own idea. And I believe that children's creativity should not have to wait. The world seems slow in realizing that the culture of peace is essential to bring about successful living together in the 21st century. Art is the foundation for healthy societies, for the growth of peaceful civilization on Earth. The Children's Art House is central to the establishment of healthy, peaceful and beautiful societies. That peace can be achieved if we learn tolerance and understanding. Greater understanding and awareness of the importance of the little art house and the dignity and the pride it gives to children was beginning to shine forth in small communities across the nation. The children of the town were helpful and loving, and the true spirit of the Children's Art House family across New Zealand was my support. I have seen my dream being realized. Galleries were filled with marvellous work, and the townspeople praised their children. In 2003, I received the Queen's Service Award for services to art and children. 8 years later in Washington, I was awarded the USA President's Volunteer Service Award for supporting children's art worldwide. I drive around the country and I call in on some wonderful people who are opening the doors to children's creativity in their communities, and it's fantastic. And a children's art house is the most exciting house. The creative fix that occurs in a house, the creativity, we never know what's going to happen. And children come in their own time. They stay sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes 3 months, to find out who or what they really are. And they need to know that the universe is friendly and the universe within them is friendly, and that their creativity is alive and kicking throughout their life. This is where it starts. This is what the world needs to protect. And I am so proud to have seen the art houses pop up in New Zealand and now going to move forward across America. Go the world for children's creativity. This is where our future lies.